All right, good morning there, Tesla fans. First off, I have to say sorry for not getting a video up on Saturday. I got a little busy. My wife and I are remodeling our bathroom, and that task took priority yesterday, so I apologize. It is Sunday morning. It's a little chilly outside, but it's going to warm up nice. So we're going to do something that a lot of people are going to have to be doing here soon, and that's switching from winter tires to summer tires. But I don't just switch them out. There's a lot of stuff that I like to do before I put my summer tires back on. So thanks for watching Rat's Tesla, and let's get into this switcheroo. Okay, before we get diving too far into doing the work, I just want to talk about a few things that I need to do this. Your setup may be a little bit different, but the first thing is the pressure washer. I use my little Craftsman 1000 or 1700 PSI pressure washer, $99 at Lowe's, and I absolutely love this thing. Then the other thing you need is the cleaning supplies. So I am a big Adams polishes guy, so I have my wheel and tire cleaner there in the middle to help clean it, and then a bucket of hot soapy water that'll be used with a couple brushes, and then I have my microfibers for cleaning up afterwards, and then I will use an applicator pad, and I'm going to use this graphene ceramic spray coating from Adams Polishes. I've used it on the car and it works wonderful. And then last but not least, I'll put a little tire shine on after I put the tires on the car. You're also going to need all the tools to remove your rims and tires from the car, obviously. But let's go ahead and get started on the cleaning of the rim. All right, so the first thing we have to do is clean this barrel, and you can see from the fingerprints in there and how dirty this is. This hasn't been cleaned, so these were on the car obviously when I got it, and I never took them off and cleaned them or ceramic coated them. The outside's got ceramic coated, but not the inside. So the first thing we need to do is to get out our pressure washer and rinse these off. I do also want to say that you don't necessarily need to have a pressure washer. You could easily do this with just having a hose, but I like to do everything with a pressure washer. So let's go ahead and get started on this. Get a fairly decent shot here. So let's get the pressure washer out and spray these out. I do also want to point out that while it may be obvious, but make sure you put something under the rim so you're not scratching it on the concrete. I have a big piece of cardboard under there. Now we're going to take our wheel and tire cleaner from Adams Polishes and give these rims and tires a good spray down on the inside so that we can get all this road grime and what little brake dust there is. More of it's road grime than anything. I mean, I don't really use the regular brakes a lot. I like to use the regenerative brakes as much as possible. So. And these rims and tires were on the car for about 3 months before I put on my winter set. And by winter set, I want everyone to know that I don't drive with a true winter tire, but I want to put these summer ones on. I love the way the stock tire and rim looks, so we're gonna put these back on and rock them for a while. All right, we're gonna let that sit for just a little bit, and then we're gonna get out the bucket of hot soapy water and scrub these down. All right, it's been a good 3 or 4 minutes, so we're gonna get out the brush and brush these down and see what we can get off of this. So start on the outside edge with the tire. And keep in mind, I am using my bucket and brush that I use to wash my car on a weekly basis. Wow, you can really see that brown coming off of there. I imagine that I'm gonna have to clean this bucket of water between each wheel and tire, because this is just nasty. So just give it a good rinse off here. That made a pretty big difference, but there's still some grime in there, so we're going to give it one more coat of wheel spray. Make sure you get your rim back on that piece of cardboard. Give it one more spray down to this, just on the barrel. Everything else seemed to come pretty clean, but this barrel just needs a little bit extra. Now you need to repeat for the front side. You obviously want to clean both sides really well before you do the ceramic coating, because if you clean the one side and ceramic coat it and then clean the other side, you're just going to take life off of your ceramic coating. So we give this rim and tire a good coating of this wheel and tire cleaner and let it sit for a little bit and let that go into it. Then we're going to get a good microfiber. We're going to go in, and we need these rims to be perfectly dry. So we're going to spend some time drying this rim off on both the front side and back side. I imagine this can take more than one of these heavy-duty microfibers to do this. So we're going to speed up through this because this is going to be boring for you to watch. Alright, you also notice in the process, I've moved down into the sun where it's much warmer, and I put down an old towel after I got the front dried off. I did that because the cardboard's wet and just nasty, and I didn't want to put the rim, the front part that I just cleaned and dried, sitting on that nasty cardboard. So I have some old towels from the house that reside in the garage. I will tell you, make sure you have approval from your significant other on the towel that you put out here. This one's out here now, but at some point in the past, I'm sure I got yelled at for having it out in the garage, but it is what it is now. All right, rim and tire are completely clean and dry. We're going to take a quick break and let the sun kind of dry this a little bit, and then we're going to come back and do some graphene coating. We're going to use this Adams Polishes graphene ceramic spray coating. I used it on my car. Works really good. You need an applicator sponge. I think I got a 10-pack of these at Sam's Club or somewhere. Super cheap. But you want a clean one, and you're going to throw this away when you're done with this today because you're not going to want to use this on any other product. And then you want a nice microfiber towel to wipe it off after it's healed on. If you read the directions on this graphene coating, it says to spray it onto the microfiber applicator, wipe the product onto the paint, allow the surface to be fully covered, allow the product to dry and cure for 1 to 2 minutes. It'll look like a rainbow on the surface when it's dry. And then we're going to buff it to a high shine with the Adams Premium Microfiber Towel. So you want to make sure that you have a full coating. So what we're going to do, I'm not going to spray anything on here yet. We're going to do full circles around the rim, top to bottom. And then we're going to do a top to bottom like this. So we do a cross hatch. So let's go ahead and spray some of that microfiber, or spray some of that coating on this, and we're just going to go around, like I said, go around in a circle, if you get a little run there, it's not a big deal over the weights, because we're gonna go back and clean that up. And I'm only doing the barrel. The back sides of each of the spokes isn't really painted, so not really anything that I'm overly concerned about. But we're just gonna do this, and then we have to let it sit for a couple minutes. So let's let that sit. I did get a little on this lip here, so we might as well go through and coat that lip as well. Now, I might have put a little bit too much spray on the applicator. You just gotta figure out what you need. On a car, when you do it, obviously you can do a bigger panel if you put more spray on there than you thought you needed. But on the rim, I just gotta kind of let it sit and heal just a little bit longer. I can see that it's slowly starting to dry in place, and I don't know if you can see the rainbows. I can't quite see them yet, but we'll give it a minute to sit here and do its curing, let the wind kind of help it out and the sun help it out a little bit, and then we'll come back and buff this out. All right, so this has rainbowed up. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but I can see it here. So I'm gonna use this clean microfiber, fold it into quarters, and we're gonna buff this out. Wow. Looks so good. I'm gonna make sure that you don't leave any residue. I mean, on the barrel of the rim, it doesn't really matter. When you're doing your rims, it's not really a big deal. When you're doing your car, a body panel, you want to make sure that you get all of the stuff buffed out. Wow, that looks so good. Let's see if you guys can see any difference here. I don't know if it's going to show up on video, but man, maybe in that little bubble glare there, something around this side with a little bit of the shade. It looks so clean and protected. So now we need to do the same thing to the front side. So we're going to flip this over, same towel. And now I need to go through and just kind of wipe off some of the residue from that towel. On the front side, you got to be a little bit more picky because you don't want any dust in there. So that towel left a few little hairs in there. So we're going to take that all out. And now, because it's dry now, so we're just going to put 3 squirts of the graphene on there. We're just going to start at one spoke, and I'm going to hit all the spokes first, and then we'll go back and hit the back side of the spokes. Like I said, you want to make sure you have full coverage on all of these parts of the tire. So now we're going to make sure we get the back side of each one of these spokes, not scopes. Now what this is going to do is it's going to, one, protect the rims a little bit, but it's also going to make them easier to clean once they're back on the car. All right, so a few spots we got a little bit extra, so we're going to kind of flip our sponge here, just kind of rub it all in. Note to self and note to you if you're watching this, thank you first off for watching. Second off, make sure you subscribe. I noticed a lot of my viewers aren't subscribed. We're climbing in subscribers, but slowly. So subscribe, help me out here, and that'll only help me make more videos in the future. All right, while that dries, well, you're just going to kind of sit here and watch it dry. It's like watching paint dry. We'll give it a couple minutes, and I'm going to speed this up for you so you don't have to sit and watch the whole thing. And then we'll come through and we'll wipe this down. Wow, that looks so good. And I can start to see the rainbowing, so we're gonna start buffing these out. Kind of do it the same way I did it before. Just buff each of the spokes out individually. And then we'll come back and we'll hit all the inside pieces. On this side, you want to be a little bit more picky, making sure that you get all this stuff off. So we're gonna make sure we get the back side of each of these spokes. All right, that is a cleaned and ceramic coated rim for a Tesla Model Y. I'm not going to bore you with doing the other three on camera. Don't go anywhere, because we got some nice reveal stuff coming up as well. And also, I just want you to know we have some really cool, probably in our next couple videos, we're going to have some fun installation stuff. We got some stuff coming from Jawa and Hansshow. I have discount codes for those two places down below. So if you're looking for accessories for your Tesla, Jawa and Hansshow are really good places. I did the Frunk, Auto Frunk, the Power Frunk install, the version 5. That video is in my video list. Jawa has sent me a bunch of wonderful products. So check out all those videos. If you want, you can pause now and watch some of those videos, and it'll feel like you waited all day for me to do this. But as of right now, we're going to set this one aside. We're going to get out the other three and get going on those. But thanks for watching so far, but don't go anywhere, because we've got some fun stuff coming up after what's going to seem like a couple seconds to you after this transition, but it'll be a couple hours for me, so thanks. Okay, all the rims and tires have been cleaned, ceramic coated, and they're leaned over on the other side of my garage, ready to go in, and we are going to get ready to put them on the passenger side. I'm not going to bore you with showing you how to change a tire, because hopefully you know how to change a tire. And honestly, if you don't know how to change a tire, I don't know if this whole job is for you. Maybe get someone to help or clean them up, throw them in another vehicle and take them somewhere to have them changed out. But what I do want to do is talk about a few of the tools that you need to make sure that you have on hand if you decide to take this on. The first one is some sort of lug wrench to be able to take the old lugs off and put the new lugs on. In my case, I have this X lug tool that's got 4 different sizes. It's got the sizes for both the aftermarket lugs and for the stock lugs, so this works good for that. And then once you have everything on, you need a torque wrench. You need to be able to torque these lugs once you put on the new rims and tires to 130 foot-pounds. I also recommend after you drive about 150 miles that you throw it back or pop the center caps back off and check to make sure that you're still at 130 foot-pounds. You don't want to lose a rim and tire and be driving down the road and all of a sudden it passes you and bounces off another car, causes a big accident and causes a lot of damage to your car as well. So make sure you double check that. You're gonna want the pucks. Now you can get these on Amazon, you can get these from any Tesla aftermarket place. They run about 20 bucks, 25 bucks. Mine are, the ones I got are linked down below. I bought them on Amazon. They came in this handy dandy bag. I leave these in my Tesla, and I leave them in there for one reason. In case you have to jack it up and the person that's using the jacks does not have the pucks, you're gonna want your own set. I got a nail in my tire about a month and a half back on the highway. I limped into a Tires Plus. They agreed to change it, but I had to teach them how to do it on a Tesla, and it's a good thing I had pucks. Otherwise, I would have been pucked. Otherwise, I would not have been able to get my rim changed or my tire fixed. So make sure you get a set of these and just leave them in your car. Then you're gonna want a nice jack. I have this low profile jack that I got from Harbor Freight. It was about $120. And I emphasize the words low profile. This performance model sits pretty low. It's right on the edge of being able to use a regular floor jack. So if you need to buy one, I recommend that you buy a low profile. If you already have one, test it out to see if it fits. I didn't have one, so I needed to buy one, so I just bought the low profile one because then I knew that it would fit. But you'll need a good jack. Then you'll need a good air gauge, an air gauge, or pressure gauge, excuse me, because these tires have been sitting around a while. You need to make sure that they're at 42 PSI, which is what the recommended tire pressure is. So you're gonna wanna check it after you get it on the vehicle to make sure they're at 42 PSI. And you'll also need an air compressor or something to fill the tires up with if they're below 42 PSI, and I have that on the other side of my garage. So I'm not gonna bore you with doing this on camera and showing you how it's done. I'll talk to you when we're all done and wrap this video up. I'm going to change the tires out. While I have each tire off, I'm gonna clean up the caliper and just kind of do some general cleanup while I'm down there and just make it look good for when these stock rims and tires go back on. But thanks for sticking with me this far. While you've got a minute, while it'll seem like a couple seconds to you, but while you've got some time, just reach down below and hit that subscribe button for me, and hit the bell so you get notified of our videos coming up. We got some cool install videos coming up. We got some nice, neat stuff coming from Hansshow and Jawa. And again, I have discount codes down below. But I'm gonna get to changing these tires out. We'll be right back. So that'll do it for today's video. We did get all 4 rims and tires on. Got them all blown up to 42 PSI. It has turned into a really ugly, windy day outside, so I'm gonna wrap up my video here. Thanks for watching the whole thing. If you watched all the way through, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Drop a like down below, drop a comment. Let me know if you're gonna change out your tires or what you do for a tire setup. I might put some different tires on this and maybe run these rims. I really like the way they look, but we'll see. But make sure you subscribe. Like I said, we have some awesome install videos coming up here in the next week or two, so check them out. And as always, drive safe, go have fun in your Tesla, and be kind to each other. There's no reason to be a jerk in this world. That'll do it for today's video. Thanks for watching.